Hey, welcome to Coffee, Coffee, Coffee. Today's coffee is from a farm of African families.
What? Today we are reviewing Keffa Coffee's Serengeti blends, which is from Ethiopia, the Keffa region of Ethiopia, which is where coffee originated. So this is like the birthplace.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Before tea.
Was it before? Which came first?
Tea is much older. We've talked about this before.
We have.
Tea is much older.
Moving on.
Way back in time.
Okay, so this is a light roast. And light roast, I like. I prefer a light roast to a dark roast, which is not the way it was in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you used to love the dark roast.
I used to, well, yeah. And now it's like I have a real aversion to dark roast stuff now. So this particular blend is supposed to have notes of lemon, jasmine, and a vibrant mouthfeel. How does that actually happen?
Very vibrant.
I mean, it's funny, right? When you're trying to think about how to describe how something tastes to people. Apparently, when I say, what was it? This is not an offensive, like there's no offensive flavors. People don't get that.
What does that mean? The flavor didn't offend you. That's what it means. People are so easily offended that they can't figure out
right, yeah.
flavor that offends you.
I feel like that's a really clear thing, but apparently, like when they say vibrant mouthfeel, I don't know what they mean.
I can still feel my vibrancy on my mouth and a little bit of ringing in my ears. Is that from the massage of my mouth?
Probably.
Yeah. Interesting. Probably have COVID. But I'll never know because I won't test.
That's right.
All right, so yeah, you started drinking it. I'll start drinking it.
Yeah. So this is 100% Arabica coffee. We got it for $3, but generally the price is going to be like $1 an ounce, right? Or
$1.25 an ounce. What's interesting, the last review we did was for the Safari blend. The day we reviewed the coffee, I looked it up on Amazon. The price was $1 an ounce.
Okay, right.
The next day, as I was editing the video, it's $1.25 an ounce.
Whoa! It was because our video, we made it popular.
Maybe,
we have,
but the video hadn't been published yet.
Oh, never mind.
So maybe just because I grabbed the link.
Yeah. AI was like.
They were like, raise the price.
Yep, maybe.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. There's like a smell coming from the coffee, or maybe it's our refrigerator.
It smells like coffee.
Yeah, but like there's like a, that smell I'm talking about. Like good coffees have it. Yeah, I smell that.
Yeah.
That's the difference between like really good coffee and like not so good coffee.
Yeah, that actually does smell like when we get beans, like from. I'm trying to think of a brand.
Sweetwater.
It's not even a brand. Like when I say brand, I think of like Procter and Gamble and Coca-Cola and Kellogg's. When I say brand, I think of that. I don't think of like a small
local
coffee
roaster.
company.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a small coffee company. Even Pete's is a brand.
Right. A
Caribou
wonderful brand.
Yeah. But I think of a smaller. I don't know that it has anything to do with its size and whatnot. But when we pick up beans from a place, we'll just call it a local roaster. Sometimes that local roaster has not roasted those beans. So they might be like a local coffee shop that has their own coffee, but those beans came from some guy in North Carolina who roasted it, and he just sent it to a bunch of stuff, and they white labeled it and all that, which is fine as long as the people don't say, we roasted these.
Yeah, like a lot of times that's a little bit vague in their advertising, like, buy our coffee. It's like, well, I mean, it's not really, like, it is yours because you white labeled it, but, like, I don't know, you kind of have to just know. And usually people are really upfront if you just ask them, like, do you roast this? And they'll say yes or no.
Right. We commissioned the roasting.
Yeah.
But the smell, even though this was a pre-ground coffee, the smell inside of it smells like when we grind beans here with our burr grinder. We don't use a blade grinder. So even though we know very little about coffee except for what we like to taste and whatnot, we do know that you should use a burr grinder as opposed to a blade grinder.
Right.
It does a better job.
Link in the description to Amazon.
Yeah. We haven't tested that theory. We just heard that from a lot of people.
Well, no, we had a blade grinder in the beginning, and then we switched to a burr grinder. the main difference I noticed was that it did a more consistent job.
That's true.
Of and it was faster, and I liked it better.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, the burr, it's like these things that are all like these teeth like this, right? That grind like a millstone type of thing, where they grind together that way, as opposed to a blade
blender kind of.
Yeah, like a blender, like blade spinning in there.
Yeah.
So it does. I guess it does do a better job,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it is easier to manipulate the size of the grounds.
Mm.
You can go coarse to fine.
Yeah.
With a burr grinder, because I think all it does is it like lifts it up, right, like that.
Right. Yeah.
The two discs or whatever.
Right.
As opposed to a blade, which probably is the speed of the spinning blade.
Yeah, and you do end up with like some really fine stuff on the bottom and some
with the
more
blade.
with the blade. Yeah, but with the burr, Although, can you really tell the difference in the final product?
I don't know. Can you call it a grinder if it's a blade? It's a coffee grinder, right?
Right.
But it's not doing it. It's
But
cutting
you're not
them.
grinding
It's cutting the beans.
Right.
It's not grinding them.
Maybe.
Anyway, it's brewing in the industry. There'll be news stories about it. You'll hear where they're trying to figure out whether or not, since words are very important, to figure out whether or not a blade grinder is actually a grinder.
Indeed. What if it identifies as a grinder?
I guess you're allowed to have a blade and identify as a grinder as long as you think you're a grinder.
So I like this coffee a lot. Like, it's similar to the other blend we had. I can't remember.
Safari.
Was it called Safari
Yeah.
blend? Yeah. And that was a medium roast. So this is a light roast. I think maybe I like this one slightly better.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe just slightly. Very similar in
Yeah.
like how much I like it, but
This one is a noun coffee, and the other one was a verb coffee. No, not verb. Wait.
No,
They both
nouns.
are.
Noun is a person, place, or
Yes.
thing.
A safari is a thing. That's right. Yeah. But you
Well,
go on safari.
You go.
Well,
well,
do
but
you
you
safari?
Go.
I safari. Like I climb.
Like I cruise. You
Yeah.
can go on a
Well,
cruise, or you can
cruise,
cruise.
That's both.
Can you safari somewhere?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Can you safari? Is safari to safari? Is it a verb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Safari hat. That is then an adjective.
That's true.
Safari is an adverb.
That's not true.
That's not a word.
a thing.
It is true.
So yeah, single source origin. Did we already say that? I like it, and you can get it at Walmart, which
Yeah. Right.
So it's like really.
Maybe not all Walmarts.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah. That is a thing. Sometimes Walmarts vary on their selections, but.
Yeah, I think somebody commented on the last one about they did pick up a bag at Walmart, or they saw it at Walmart and didn't know anything about it, so they were glad for the review.
Yeah, I recommend.
That's what we're here for.
It's
like, hey, we tried it. It was good. We liked it.
Yeah. I like it.
Out of we do a heaping tablespoon per cup of water, or per 6 ounces or whatever of water. It's the marks on the coffee maker. It says 2. We call that 2 cups of water, but it's not 2 8-ounce cups.
Right.
We just call it 2.
It's
so
2 6-ounce
4,
cups, right?
6, yeah, something like that. 5 to 6 somewhere. So whatever the line is on the coffee maker, and it varies on the coffee maker, we do 1 heaping tablespoon per that number. So if it's 6, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the bag says 2. To do 2 tablespoons per.
That's a lot of coffee per
6 fluid ounces. So we do half, most of the time, of what the company recommends.
Yeah.
That's just because they're trying to get you to
buy more coffee. Yeah. Like here, how can we double our profits?
Yeah. We think as long as you get some caffeine out of it and some good flavor, that's what you should do. Yeah. Now, I would say if you're using a cheaper coffee and it doesn't taste good and you just want to get rid of it,
double it up.
Pour the whole thing in there.
That has worked for us on some coffees that we've not liked. Just go ahead and double up the amount, and it tastes better. Yeah. I guess it's just too weak otherwise.
Yeah. But I think this one is a good solid 4 donuts like the last one. Yeah. Decent price for what it is, especially considering that it's kind of similar to those smaller batch type whatevers.
Yeah. And the story of the coffee is really interesting. It's like an American success story from a guy from Ethiopia. So I like that just from a standpoint being an American, I like to see people succeed. So.
Yeah, it's good stuff. If you've tried it before, let us know in the comments section below. And if you haven't tried it before, let us know in the comment section below. If you're thinking you're going to try it sometime in the future, let us know in the comment section below. If you feel that you are never going to drink this coffee because it's in a green bag, let us know in the comment section below. If you have no interest in coffee,
why are you watching this video?
Right, unsubscribe now. But if you do have interest in coffee and you like what we have to say about coffee and other things, don't forget to subscribe because, let's face it, our video posting is irregular at best.
Yeah.
Even though in our intro video it says every Wednesday and Saturday, that was 6 years ago. We're not doing that anymore.
We should change that. We should make a new intro video.
Probably should. Plus, I look different. In some past videos, I looked like an old pale lady.
I don't think that's
not so
accurate.
much.
Yeah.
Look at the Man in the Arena video. Old pale lady. But not now. So, but you know what? This is good coffee.
It is.
Go out and get you some Keffa coffee. Even if you have to spend a little bit more, I think it's good.
Yep.
I think it's worth it.
It is.
Yeah.
And they have a pretty bag. It's got a goat on the back.
Yeah. I wish they weren't, headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland.
Why?
Just because it's Maryland.
I liked Maryland.
You liked Maryland?
Yeah.
You've been to Maryland? Oh,
Yeah.
well, Washington, D.C.
But we
It's
were
not really
in
Maryland.
Delmarva, right? We stayed
That's
in Maryland.
Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia.
Yeah.
I don't think we were ever in Maryland.
We were. I beg to differ. We were in that, that campground.
That was in
And
Delaware.
there was there was a little, it was like we were there for one night. And there was like a path behind us.
Oh, that's right. We were there for one night. It was date night that day because we got Taco Bell.
That's right.
That's right. Taco Bell. It's the only meal I've eaten in Maryland.
Massachusetts.
Maryland.
We didn't go to Massachusetts.
Yeah, Maryland.
We should have gotten some crab cakes.
Yeah, that would have been good, but we didn't.
We did not.
Taco Bell doesn't serve crab cakes. We were not adventurous in our food choices.
Mm-mm.
Also, it's because some things are more expensive than others. And you go with what you can afford. And if you splurge, it's Taco Bell. All right. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. And until next time,
Keep grinding.